Following the video confession of Dorris Ogala, Nigerians are asking why Reverend Dr. Chris Okafor, Jeremiah Omotola were arrested. Now I'm going to show you this video. This video is to clear your doubts.
So Chris Okafor has finally engaged the lady who Dorris Ogala is going haywire about. But my people, this is just a distraction. Of all the things that Dorris said and confessed, what remains of interest and what should remain of interest to everyone is, where is baby testimony? She did confess that she was paid 45 million naira to scatter this case, to bring all the confusion that was needed to avoid justice for baby testimony. Most of you are still asking, who is baby testimony? What happened? Don't worry, I'll unpack everything very soon for you. And you understand the gravity of this case and how sensitive it is. The fact that she confessed accepting 45 million naira to obstruct justice for baby testimony, is that alone not a criminal offense? I don't know how the law is like in Nigeria, but at this point, something must be done. Like I've been calling out for the past 3 years, and from the beginning of this case of baby testimony, I've been calling out for anyone in Nigeria who can help. Anyone who knows how things run in Nigeria who can help. It was very unfortunate that I was left alone in this whole case for more than 2 years. You know, all the people I thought, the activists I thought who would partner and come on board to call for justice for this little boy, they all turned their back on the case. And I was left with a very few people who had little or close to no influence or to control the judiciary on the ground. But what still saddens me today is the boy is still missing. And the reason why the boy is still missing is Dorris Ogala and Chris Okafor. With the investigation that I've done, Dorris and Chris know where baby testimony is. They were led to baby testimony by Emmanuel Marcus. Emmanuel Marcus was the culprit in the entire case. He is allegedly one of the key players in the disappearance of baby testimony, in the abduction of baby testimony. And he led Dorris Ogala and Chris Okafor to the baby. But out of greed, they decided to obstruct justice so that they can keep milking money from Omoto. But we are here now, my people. My plea now is, what measures can we take to bring Dorris Ogala to account? She committed a criminal offense, and she confessed that she did. She obstructed justice for an innocent baby who got missing at Mercy City. In the interviews that she did, she claims that the reason why we lost that case of baby testimony in court against Jeremiah Omotola was because of the recordings of Prof X that she submitted to the court. But that is not true. The reason why we lost the case of baby testimony is because Dorris Ogala fabricated evidence against Ruth Matthew. Dorris Ogala volunteered to look after Ruth Matthew. And she started recording Ruth Matthew for days and days and days. She started recording her children for days and days and days. Some of them are minors. Recording videos of them, forcing them to give testimonies against the case. And everything that they said whilst Dorris Ogala was interrogating them is what she sent to Chris Okafor. And Chris Okafor sent to Omoto, and it was then sent to the court. And it was proven in the court that maybe the woman is confused or maybe the woman is conflicted. She does not know what she's talking about. The woman I'm referring to is Ruth Matthew. Her case lost merit in court because Dorris Ogala fabricated the evidence. She clearly highlighted it in the interview. She just twisted the confession because she does not want to take liability of the atrocious conduct of her engagement with Ruth Matthew. The reason why we lost that case is because she interrogated this family and she recorded them 24/7. She has an entire dossier of recordings of Ruth Matthew, her little babies, her brothers, that she submitted to court so that she looks like she was lying about the missing baby. She even came to a point when she said Ruth Matthew sold her own son If I can bring you all the recordings of Dorris Ogala discrediting Ruth Matthew, shouting at Ruth Matthew, humiliating Ruth Matthew. Ruth Matthew is a physically challenged sister who is a mother of 4. And she can't stand on her own. She does try to provide for her children. But the fact that Dorris can mobilize giants against a vulnerable woman like that to prevent the justice of her last born, an innocent child, to prevent him from getting justice, to prevent him from being reunited with his family, how diabolical can one be? How diabolical? Ogala committed an offense. Not only Ogala, together with Chris Okafor. They committed a criminal offense and they must be brought to book. And this is the only opportunity that is there for them to answer to what they did and tell us where baby testimony is. They took close to 100 million naira from Omoto. And they promised Omoto that they would deliver baby testimony. They went to Omoto, Dorris and Okafor, and told Omoto that we know where baby testimony, give us 100 million and we'll do an investigation and we will find him. And they found him. When they found him, do you still remember when Omoto gave a prophecy that in 4 days, this missing baby will come out? He was giving that prophecy based on the information he had gotten from Dorris and Chris Okafor. But between the days that Omoto had prophesied for the baby to come out, there was a conflict between Dorris and Okafor. And that conflict resulted in them deciding not to bring out that baby, simply because they wanted to continue milking money from Omoto. All they had was greed. And that greed led to us not finding baby testimony. I'm saying all this in summary, but I will break it down from how it started because I started the case of baby testimony. I've been on it for the past 3 to 4 years. Everyone else dropped from it. Everyone else turned their backs on the poor woman. Everyone else despised Ruth Matthew. Even some of you who are saying now justice for baby testimony, you were all silent. You were all saying the woman is lying, Ruth Matthew is lying. But where are the lies now that this Ogala of a woman is coming to confess what she did, to make you all believe that Ruth Matthew was lying? You should also take liability for giving up on the child. Like I have always said from the beginning of the case, that whatever Ruth Matthew says does not matter. What matters is the baby is missing. Let's focus on finding the baby, and if we find the baby, then we can grill Ruth Matthew later. But most of you bought into the propaganda that Dorris brought through some of these bloggers that she was using, that she was paying, to make you all distance yourself from the baby. But here we are now. The truth is out. The baby is still missing. Dorris knows where the baby is. Okafor knows where the baby is. Emmanuel Marcus knows where the baby is. What shall we do? The first step must be to take Okafor and to take Dorris Ogala for questioning. They are the first culprits. They are the first culprits. They cannot continue life as usual, business as usual. Yet the baby is still missing. Consider this, my people. If this was your own son, what could you have done? And it can only take all of us coming together and coming up with a plan. And this is the time that we have to restart it. And bring justice to the baby, to the innocent boy. You do not understand how much destruction was caused by Dorris Ogala. And this other woman from the United States called Happiness. My people have been through a lot, and the betrayal that has been on this case is unbearable. But I still stand and we say justice for baby testimony. To those of you who don't have the full details, let's start to unpack it again. And whosoever is willing and truly wish justice for this baby, please come on board. Let's bring this boy back home for once and for all. And let him be reunited with his family, the same way all of you are reunited with your family. It's a must that we come together and demand justice for this boy.
So guys, having listened to this video, what Prophet X have said, what do you think is actually going on? Because the confession of Dorris Ogala have actually indicted everyone in this matter. And soon, Reverend Dr. Chris must be invited for questioning. Prophet Jeremiah Omotola Fufeyin will also be invited for questioning based on all the allegations. What do you think the Nigerian police should do? Should they keep silent or should they act right now? Please drop your thoughts at the comment section. This is Icomania Gist TV. We'll keep you updated with every information you need to know concerning this matter. See you in our next upload. Bye for now.